guys, I'm Layla. Welcome to Raid Lore Stories. So check this out. Seer now has a lore story. That's really exciting. And she's just such a goat in this game. So I can't wait to see what story Raid decided to give her. So let's check it out together. Since the Age of Hellfire, orc leaders have often been advised by individuals from three particular castes of magic wielders: the shamans, the bone keepers, and the seers. All were initially fed by the powerful range of emotions experienced by orcs in ancient times, which the shamans initially learned to master and channel into sorcerous energies. But while the shamans grew strong out of the belief that it was the positive emotions, such as courage or love, that were best used as a focus for their energies, the Bone Keepers and the Seers took on quite different roles. The Bone Keepers became the guardians of the varied orc beliefs of the afterlife, while the mages the Seers employed tended toward darker sorceries born out of feelings once characterized as less worthy: anger, hatred, and frustration. They also proved particularly adept at the magics associated with procrastination, similarly able to scry the future through ritual. The shamans disapproved of such practices, and for a time there was a sectarian divide between the three castes of sorcerers. Eventually, they reached an uneasy accord, admitting that all emotions had their place. But to this day, each caste remains a separate entity, respecting its fellows but maintaining its own traditions. One seer of the present day is Vorag Blackmane. Both Vorag and her sisters, Avalga and Enga, were born with potent sorceress abilities, though both their magics and their personalities could hardly have been more divergent. Whereas Avalga adhered to the shamanistic qualities of duty, honor, and bravery, and Enga became fascinated with death, Vorag proved to have a cunning and vicious mindset and displayed prophetic powers. After correctly foretelling the breakdown of trade negotiations with the neighboring clan and then speaking of the death of the chieftain's partner during a hunting accident before it happened, she was taken in by the seers. She was soon fully capable of reading potential coming events in the entrails of sacrificing animals and the patterns of storm clouds. Vorag's abilities saw her employed in the capacity of seer by the Urag clan. Under her guidance, the clan chief survived several assassination attempts and soon brought a number of other lesser clans under his influence. At the Battle of Bloodstone, fighting against a powerful rival confederation, Vorag's magical abilities helped turn the tide. She blanketed the mountainous terrain in darkness that confounded the Urag's enemies, while allowing the clan's warriors to still see as they fought in perfect daylight. The victory, combined with Vorag's added political maneuverings, brought prosperity to the Urag, until events overtook her predictive skills. A plague struck down the clan, spreading with ferocious rapidity. Vorag was no healer, and the clan shamans, who might heal the sick, were struck down. The same fate befell the Bone Keepers who, if nothing else, could have provided the necessary death rites and comfort the clans in their losses. Vorag herself barely survived infection. She wished she knew what her sisters did. With the Urags decimated, Vorag chose self-imposed exile, dismayed at just how much her own powers had been found lacking. She resolved to tread beyond the path of the seer and seek out Valga and Enga. Her belief was that, if all three sisters joined their knowledge together, they could transcend the limitations of their individual powers by teaching one another their abilities. Such an act would be considered blasphemy by many seers, shamans, and bone keepers. Yet it would also mean Vorag would never again find herself at the mercy of circumstance or cruel fate. Okay, so what we find with this is that Seer actually isn't her name, it's a title. So we find that her name is Vorag. And then they also talk about Shaman and Bone Keeper, which you guys are also familiar that those are also going to be epics in this game, right here, that also have the same basic character model as Seer, right? So we see that Shaman has lore now, but Bone Keeper does not. So very interesting. Guys, I'd love to know what you think for the lore story of Seer. How do you feel about the fact that it's more so a title, right? It's not necessarily her name, right? But we do know what her name is now. And thanks for watching.